So I'm here ready to start Hearts and Minds. Both players drew their cards, and the U.S. Allied player took a redeployment. The U.S. player chose to draw a campaign card. We don't know what it is yet. I'll be playing it shortly, but I'm left with lots of questions after seeing some of my cards. So, for example, and I'll just muddle through because monsoon season, it's a mandatory event. I tried to look up rules on mandatory events. I mean, obviously, if I play the card, the event's got to take place, I think. But can I hold it in my hand? How long can I hold it in my hand if I can't hold it between turns? I don't know the answer to those. I'm just playing it as if it shows up, it's forced to take event. But that means, gee, you know, if I don't like it, I can play it as my last event of the year, and then it gets shuffled into the other player's deck. It's one of those black cards which is shared. One weird thing here is number 3 on here, Allied units may move by sea. Is that a typo? Maybe. Should I look it up? Maybe. Will I? Probably not. It's kind of disturbing. I probably actually will. It's just annoying that, you know, it's very clear that this game did not go through the polish that you expect. They spent so much on these nice counters, but couldn't get the printing right on them. Glossy rule book with lots of pretty pictures, but organized by what seems like a drunken chimpanzee. You know, I'd rather have something with a little bit less quality in terms of the spending the money on the counter mix than on getting thicker counters and all that, than on, you know, pay someone to read the rules and edit them. Maybe blind test it, you know, sending out a free copy to a few people and delaying for 4 months or something to find out, hey, is this game playable by somebody who, you know, you didn't just explain it to? Those would be nice things to have happen. This isn't the only company that I've seen this happen with. Clearly, I pick on something like GMT. Well, GMT is much, much better shape than what I'm seeing from this. For me, this is, sadly, I feel more similar and closer to the Sierra Madre type rule sets, where, wow, did you even bother like seeing if anybody could comprehend this? You know, I don't think it's a hard game at all. I just think that they went out of their way. Well, you know, I mean, somebody could have transcribed a bunch of handwritten notes, is basically what it came to. Oh, and then, of course, they had to put their full color pictures in, which I'm sure that's useful and all. I'm sure it is. But get the basics right. Write the rules correctly first. All right. So I opened things up with the NVA player, and he plays AK-47s. This gives him 2 points to spend, and he'll gain a bonus this turn for every allied unit he kills and every R result that he inflicts, i.e. casualties, cause more problems. This looks like it's a free event. I see no cost to it. And he had 2 points to spend. He spent them doing what? Activated this space, which had a couple VC and some troops that I put here and really wanted here, so I put it back here. He moved the North Vietnamese up to Bien Long, the VC into these 2 spaces, and had one of them do an automatic conversion of Angong. I didn't mention the victory conditions other than national will ones, which come at the very end of the game. The NVA player wins if he gets 16 red control markers on the board. The Allied player wins if he ever drops that, actually maybe more than 16. And the Allied player wins if he ever drops that below 4, I believe. Or 2-4, I don't know. Let's flip through the rules. Oh look, it's the end of the rules. Victory isn't there. Cool. cool. I bet you it's hidden somewhere in here. In fact, I know it is, but I looked and I didn't find it. Is this it? Looks like it. This is the chart. 44. It's got to be a 44 dove at the end of 75 for the game to end. If it doesn't end in a military victory. But for the military victory, what do we got here? 16 or more, 4 or less, yeah. So those are our combinations here. A lot of the problem I have with the rules is actually more to do with layout than anything else. It's very much written in a way that's hard to let your mind rest enough to understand what's going on. And the glossy page, of course, doesn't help, but very tightly put together. Okay, so we're going to try to increase that. So we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 right now. Just 5 more to win. This is why the U.S. is in here, though, because it was beginning to look like the NBA was winning. Now for the U.S., I believe I want to play a campaign as the first card. I'm not sure it's required. I think it may be, but if it's not required, you really want to do it anyway, because you get victory points for converting an entire region. Now at this point, I wasn't counting on there being an extra red shit in here, but I get the gunboat, which is allowed to travel throughout Zone 4. And I also get, and I'll put it in with the rest of my troops there, and then I get going to activate this. I get 3 action points. I can use my 2 SRP, my stored points. I'm going to try to get victory points as quickly as I can off this. We'll see how that works out. But I also get a bonus in Zone 4 battles on this card, on this 3-point card, and the 2 SRPs. There aren't going to be any battles. There's just there's nothing other than VC there, but you know, I'll do what I can. Alright, so I've gotten used to doing a little bit more detail on first turn of the game or whatever. I'm going to continue with that idea here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to move 2 Arvin units down to here, and going through Bazoyan. I need to roll a 2 or better to get them there. I succeed, and let me see what I want to combine them with. Send the gunboat down with them. That seems cool. Okay, now, can they be ambushed? Damned if I know. Ambush that enters a province. Yeah, we're going to try to ambush them. That sounds like fun. Okay, so, actually, I'm going to peek. I don't think I want to ambush them, so I won't. The U.S. spent 1 of their 3. They get to move the rest of their units. I'm going to move 3 of these in there. And these guys up here. This is an artillery. Oh, that's not an artillery. That's an aircraft. Okay. Alright. And now I've got points that I can expend for attacks. Now, I don't think I have any interrupt. Oh, I can ambush in other places too. This guy will attempt to ambush. Yay. Okay. So he's a VC. I think he gets revealed. I'm not sure. See what the rules say. Yep, it's revealed. Okay. Why do I want to do this? I want to do this because I want to kill units. It's not clear that our results in battle are only for in battle, or if kills and our results are both only for in battle. But because I just don't know. Okay. So I get a 4. It was a normal VC. Nothing happens. He's still here. This guy is going to also try to ambush if he's real. He's not, so he won't. That's 1 point for the allied player. Now I get to fight. I want to. Have that. I'm going to spend another point to attack the real VC. He's going to try to evade. So he rolls on this evasion counter. He's got 1. He's got a VC up. He needs a 4, 5, or 6 to get out of there. He gets out of there. That means he goes back in the cup. And I get to place him somewhere. And I'll put him up there, giving me more mobility. Alright, that point didn't get spent on battle because I was evaded. So I'm going to spend that point, since I have Arvin, to convert the area automatically. And it is now pro us. Alright. I'm going to try another battle over here against this thing. It gets an evasion. It's face down. Which means I need a 3 or higher. I got it. Same effect. I'm out of there. And I'll put a VC up in Laos. Okay. I'm going to spend that point. Do I have Arvin here? Yes. And I'm going to remove a chip. And now, if I succeed here, I'll be getting a hawk point. I'm going to spend another attack point, one of my stored points, to go here. Now I only have 3 units. And he's going to attempt to evade. 3 through 6, he succeeds. He succeeds. He's off map. And I'll place him here. Okay. Well, I didn't spend that point to attack, so I'm going to spend that point to pacify. I've got, I believe, 3 points towards pacification. Look at my rule. Less than or equal to the number of allied units. Well, I don't know if that helicopter is a unit or not. We'll see. I'll have to look it up if it isn't, if it matters. But I've got 4 things maybe there. 2 that's going to succeed no matter what. I had a successful pacification. As long as I leave a unit there, that area remains pacified. Now, what do I get? Well, it's the end of an allied turn. I control all the provinces in Zone 4. So, I get a hawk point. And oh no! There aren't counters to handle above 10 hawk points. Well, I'll mark that using one of these many blanks that I have here. But there you have it. Okay, Now I'll go on to the second turn for the NVA. So the NVA VC player played a high cost card, 5 points, activated 1 to convert, 2, 3, 4, 5, trying to prevent more hawk points from coming from that campaign. We'll see what the allied player does to react to that. Arvin patrolled in the Delta. Moving up to Bazuyan, converted. Moved to Kenhoa with the gunboat, and no attempt to intercept. And an evasion was successful, so we got the VC back here. This is going to be hard for them. They spent a big 4-point card. They have no reserve points, and they're just not getting. They're not getting the points they want. They want to gain the points from this campaign, and they're failing here. All right, on to the VC. Ah, shit. I realize I cheated with my VC there. They can only move 1 space per turn. I'm going to let things lie as they are. It's a shame. It probably is a bonus for their side, but I'm sure I'll make mistakes on the Allied side as well. Playing a new game is tough for me. Alright, onward. For this turn, the VC abandoned their 4th Corps operations, moved up to Zone 1 and into these spaces and got a success there, spending a 4-point card, which was kind of a cool card, but they didn't want to spend 3 of the 4 points on it. On to the U.S. U.S. played a 3-point card, managed to move Arvin into Kengang and convert it. That gets them their hawk point, and they actually banked a point, so they're up to 2. I was wrong, they had one saved that I didn't know about. Alright, and the VC are being very bloody-minded. They have played Vo Nguyen Yup, spent the 2 points to activate. This means his battle die roll, he's going to get 2 dice instead of 1. And he activated this space, moved stack in there, as well as his a VC into a location where he can kind of expand deeper. Still abandoning the hawk points that the U.S. is going to get for their campaign. He could have, of course, moved down to Longang and converted that. He may still do that, we'll see. But let's see what happens with this battle, because we haven't had a real battle yet. Well, I'm ruling the AK-47s only work in battles, period. I'm trying to think of what it means, and I can't think that the VC would be particularly well armed with them and get that advantage. So, let's take care of this attack. We got to spend 1 of our points to actually fight. And now, in the battle sequence, the defender can try to evade. Does he want to? I think so, but there's a problem. He's got 4 Arvin units there. He can't evade with all of them. Alright, let's stand and fight. This is going to be a disaster, I think. Reveal and resolve any concealed VC units. Well, this is in the battle. Oh boy, it's a plus unit. Do we have any reactions that can help us here? No. Okay, well, that puts us in the next. The attacker spends RP for the battle action. That's been done already, actually. If blue is attacking, our naval can react. Each player adds factors, rolls a die, and consults the battle table. Alright, what do I have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to 4. And 2 dice because of my card. Wow. I should abandon this. You know, let's see if I can get out of there with 3 units. I'm going to try to evade with 3 of those 4 units. A 4, that doesn't do me any good. So yeah, here we're at the battle. I don't remember what the numbers were, like 9 to 4. On the battle. Okay, I got the 4, that's 6. That's going to be an R result. R says target loses an RP or eliminates a unit. I'll take an RP off. And what was I at? 9? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 says... Oh, 9 plus 7 is 16. That says 3 losses. 3 Arvin units dropped in the bag. What else happened? I don't know if these... I think these go into body count. I don't know. I'll figure that out in a moment. But 3 allied units killed. That's 3 SRPs back. As Soviets say, hey, our weapons is working. Alright. What else? Promote untried infantry. Well, we definitely have some of that. Battlefield promotions. What happens? Units all other eliminated. Any infantry present when the battle dice are rolled, flip over 1 untried infantry to a veteran side for every opposing unit that committed to the battle. Well, that sounds like everything, because there were 4 opposing units. So the NVA improves, but the Arvin also improves. Now, the Arvin, I believe, gets additional. Flip over, count enemy unit, yeah, no. Okay. So now, if blue is defending air and naval units can react. I don't know if I have any. See, these look like helicopters, but they're not. Naval can't get here. This would be the only thing, and I think it's got a range of 3. So, we're going to try to withdraw. We could reinforce. That just seems like doomed to death, because skip your battle die roll in 1 battle. I don't know if that's just 1 round of a battle, but I don't want to stay. Evasion 1 unit. I roll. I need a 3 or higher. I get it. I can get out of there. I'm going to pull back, because there's a good thing to having concentration in this game. And now, I'm going to spend my 1 bonus point, because I have a VC here, to flag the area. What are we at now? We're getting close. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's about where we started. Okay. So, on to the US player turn. And that was, I believe, 4, because I only have 1 card left. So the US is getting their last card of the turn. They're going to want to play that Monsoon. Indeed, I'm playing the Monsoon. Now, tanks can't move. I don't think I have any. All ground units can only move 1 province. This is only for this turn. Allied units may move by sea. Monsoon ends at the start of your next turn of the year's end. So this would affect both sides, I guess. I'm not sure. Would have been cool to play it, I guess, earlier. I thought it was for the entire year, which would suck. Okay, so I'm going to move this stack. I don't have to roll because it's only 1 space I'm going. We're going to look to see if we're ambushing. There's going to be an ambush. Oops. Sorry about that. Okay, ambush. I've got a VC plus. Means there's +1 to the die roll. 2, it doesn't kill. Alright, so that's the first move, or the first point was to move in. Second point, I'm going to try to attack. The VC will try to evade. He's a VC up. He needs a 4, 5, or 6. He doesn't get it. There's going to be a fight. See if anything he can do about it. He does not. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to 2 on the battle table. Damn it. Use smaller dice. Okay, the 2 comes out as a 6. That's an R. That means I'm going to spend a point. And the 6 was plus, I don't remember how much, probably about 6. That's going to be casualties. So this is dead and in the body bag. I got a problem here, which is I've got 3 casualties in the Arvin box. My hope was that I would get to convert this, but I can only succeed on a 1 or a 2. I can automatically convert it for a point, but that doesn't help me. I need to have it pacified. Oh, I had to leave something behind. Oops. And we get a promotion here. I had to leave something pacifying this. I don't know. So, I'm not going to roll. I'm going to save my point to prevent a coup from happening. Speaking of which, this is going to go and get shuffled back into the opposing player's deck, giving him the monsoon season. And we go to the interface, where we adjust the Hawk Dove marker on the game track and determine RVN stability. Now, adjusting the this rule book sucks. It's not 1968, so there aren't any automatic points to go over. So now we check the stability of South Vietnam. And now, it's not all there is to it, though. There's also body bag losses, right? I don't know. For every blue-colored Allied unit in the box, 1 to 5 are added if there are 7 or more red flag box provinces. What the hell? I don't remember seeing that in here. And if we had a place where it said directly what it is, I'll come back because I'm done. So, very cleverly, the designers of the game decided to only put this information, as far as I can see, on one of the player aid sheets. That's clever. Some people do like to read the rules and understand it from there and don't feel like every piece of information should be only on the player aid sheet. But okay. So what do we have? It's not 69 and later. Before it said 68. I wonder which is right. It's a year after 68. Great. Okay, 1 dove for each USIFROK unit. There aren't any of them. 1 dove if the body count box does not have more red than Allied. Yeah, it doesn't. So there we got a dove. Okay. And then and maybe the coup is better explained here. We'll see. Count red controlled provinces in SVN. I think we're at like 11, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And that's going to be 3 more dove points. Oh, it may not have been worth doing a campaign. 1, 2, 3. I think. And this little marker, because I don't have a times 10 or anything, is gone. Adjust RVN stability. Subtract the number of pacified provinces from the number of Arvin units in the body count bag. Well, I got 2 pacified provinces, and I got 3 units, so stability goes down into the coup zone. Coup zone. Coup. At this point, I must pay the difference in SRPs. I thought there was an option, but okay. Alright, so I pay an SRP, prevent the coup, and that was kind of lucky. Not really. There's not a victory because we're not at 16 or more or 4 or less, so we're on to the next turn. And yes, I am very frustrated with this rule book, but I think I've expressed that before. All right, upward this one goes, and it's kind of long.